This video clip is an introduction to inequalities. What does that sign mean? That sign means less than. What does that sign mean? That sign means greater than. Since we read from left to right, if the left side is greater than what's on the right side, that would be the sign we would use. Which one is the less than sign? The less than sign looks like that. The left side is less than what's on the right side. Greater than, how does it look? Like that. What's on the left is greater than what's on the right. Which one is this one? Less than. Which one is this one? Greater than. What does equality mean? Well, we're talking about when something is equal, when something is the same. Inequality is when they are not the same. So less than or greater than, those would be inequalities. So if you just chose two numbers at random and place them in the inequality, place them in a box, let's do 2 and 3. Well, 2 is less than 3. So let's do some math on these numbers and see what happens. We've solved equations before, but solving inequalities is a little different. So let's do some solving on these guys. Well, let's just do some math on them, and we'll see what happens when you solve. Okay, if we want to add a positive number to each side, let's add 2 to each side. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5, 4 is less than 5. The inequality symbol is still facing the same direction. Well, what if I subtract 1 from each side? 4 minus 1 is 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. 3 is still less than 4. What if I multiply by numbers? Let's multiply by 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 6 is less than 8. So the inequality sign stays facing the same direction. Let's multiply by a negative number. Let's multiply by let's go negative times negative 3. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. Well, negative 24 is less than negative 18. So we're going to write negative 18 is greater than negative 24. So if I multiply by a negative number, then the inequality sign changes directions. Now let's divide by a positive number. Let's divide by 3. Negative 18 divided by 3 is negative 6. Negative 24 divided by 3 is negative 8. Well, negative 6 is still greater than negative 8 because on the number line, negative 8 is to the left of negative 6. So things on the left on a number line are less. Well, let's divide by a negative number. Let's divide by negative 2. Negative 6 divided by negative 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. A negative divided by negative is positive. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Negative divided by negative is positive. 3 is less than 4. So if I divide by a negative number, the inequality sign changes directions. Now I chose these numbers at random, so your assignment is to print out a sheet like this. You choose the numbers at random, you divide by the numbers that you choose, and see if that still holds for random numbers that you choose.